Good day everyone, you are welcome to Tibla Campo once again. Today we shall be looking into how to calculate the paint required for a room. In our last class we discussed how to calculate the paint required for a particular square area. But in this case we want to use the standard room as an example. As you all know, a standard room has a length of 3.6 meters by 3.0 meter breadth and height of 3.0 meter. That's the standard. But in your local area, that should be 2.7, 2.8, 2.9 or thereabout. So in this case, we want to use the standard height as the example. Now, do not forget that the standard room also has a door, at least one door and one window. So the door, the standard length, height and width of a door is 900 mm, which is 0.9 meters by 2.1 meters. While the window, this is for the door. The window, at least we can use 1.2 meter by 1.2 meters. It depends. It actually depends. So whenever you want to calculate the paint, you have to inspect or use a drawing to actually determine the size of the door and the size of the window. The door could be 1.2 as well, and the window could be 1.5 by 1.2 or 1.8 by 1.2. So you have to know the exact size of the door or the window you are using. Now, let's now move forward. So what do we need to do? If you could remember in our last class, we were given the area of the wall to be painted, which was 100 square meters. So in this case, we are not given the area, so we need to calculate the area. And do not forget that a room will have four sides like this. Something like this. So it will have four sides. So, and the door will be, let's assume this, the window is here and the door is here. So we need to calculate for all the sides. So now, it means we have two options, we have two ways to do that. You can take the side one by one. If this is the length, which is 3.6 meters, this will be 3.0 meter. This side also will be 3.0, while the opposite side of this 3.6 will be 3.6. So you can do it this way. We want to calculate the size, the area of each of the sides. That means our first side, or the length, will be 3.6 meters times the height, which is 3 meters. In this case, 3 equals, likewise, and do not forget that we have two lengths, this side and the other side. 10.8 square meter. It is now in square because we are multiplying the length and the height now. So do not forget that it is 2. This side and the other side, the opposite side. So times 2 will give us what? 21.6 square areas or square meters. Then the breadth, which is 3.0 times 3.0, that will give us 9 square areas, times 2 for the other side. So that's 18 square meters. So let's add the two together. 39.6 square areas. So what we did now, look at the whole process we went through. We can as well use our graph to determine this by simply saying our area will be 2 into L plus B times height. So that will be 2 into, what's our length? 3.6. Our breadth is what? 3. Times our height is what? 3. So 3 plus 3.6, that's 6.6 times 2 times 3. This is what? 13.2 times 3. 39.6 square meters. Can you see now? can just use this straightforward method. After this, do not forget that we have openings, which are the door and the window. We have openings which are the door and the window. So our opening, let's deduct. Our area is 39.6 square meters. So let's opening. Openings, or say deduct openings. So our first opening is door, which is 0.9 times 2.1. So that will give us what? The window
1.89.
1.89 square area. Our window is what? 1.2 times 1.2, which is 1.44 square. So the two will give us
3.33.
3.33. So now let's deduct that from this 39.6 square meters minus 27. So this is what 36.27 square meters. So this is the figure that we are going to use to now calculate the paint required. Now, do not forget we didn't consider the ceiling, because the ceiling will have a different color. So in this case, our formula, which is paint in liter, equals what? Surface area over spreading rate times number of coats. So our surface area is what? 36.27 over spreading rate, depending on the kind of paint we are using. If it is, let's assume we are using a well-sealed surface that has been primed already. So our spreading rate should be 10 in that case. And we are coating it 2 times, giving it 2 coats. So that will give us
1.254. That's 7.3.
Now we need to add, you don't forget, cutting. Also, we need to add after cutting, what other consideration do we have to consider? Spillage, we need to consider that. Also, so let's do the cutting to be 10%, the spillage 5%. So this 10% of this should be what? 0.73 liters, while 5% will be 365. And also potting. And if there is no need for potting, we don't need to add this. But let's assume that we are going to pot it. So that will be what? Let's put 5% as well for this. So that will be 0.365. So liters. Let's now add everything together. 7.3
Everything is 1.46
plus 7.3.
8.76.
8.76 liters. So number of gallon required will now be what? 8.76 divided by 4. We have 4 liters in a gallon. So that will give us 2.2 gallons. So that is when your wall has been well prepared and also primed. In that case, your paint will spread more. But if it is the other way, I'll be using 7 or 8 as your spreading rate for this kind of paint. So, which means you are going for 2.5 gallons. And remember, do not forget, when we are painting a wall that is very rough. So, you might have to even give it up to 3 coats. So, your number of coats there will not be 2 in that case. should be 3. So I think with this we are good to go. So for the ceiling, just need to do what? Just follow the same step. Calculate the area, which is the length by the which will be 3 times 3.6. That will give you the area you need. Just put it into this formula and get the number of paints required. This marks the end of this tutorial on how to calculate the number of paints required for any given project. If you are new to this channel and you know you have gained 1 or 2 things in this tutorial, kindly give us a thumb up and also subscribe to our channel so as to get subsequent notification on our subsequent tutorials. And also, do not forget to share with your family and friends. Thank you. For those that wish to learn more about this, including all the parameters needed, the labor, how to calculate, determine the labor rates, how to calculate the other materials required, like the potting, for instance, and other things, sandpaper, the brush or roller to be used, the quantity of each of them. So you can get a painter's companion. To get that, click the comment section for the link to get the painter's companion. It comprises both the details, explanation of paint, how to produce paint, only the paint production guide, paint formulation guide, color theory, color formulations, and the likes, including this tutorial. Thank you. Bye.